chore till I'm underneath the floor in the trenches like a war. If they want to give them more when I touch them.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night between the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
Because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
On the move, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held that play well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points. But that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Allen going to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit, because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will make it 6-0. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go play action with Jackson. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. That's Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker who got in and dropped him to the turf. But remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Over the middle, complete. It's Gonzalez. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
The Bucs at 6-2 to start play. And they come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Again, Jackson. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Jamison Williams,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They got to find him.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Allen going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Jackson on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted.
picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Throwing on first down is Allen. This is the tight end Fant. Solid stiff arm. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The Giants on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. Play action. Now it's Allen. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Allen. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. On play action, Allen under pressure, and they got to him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. This is taken around the 12. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
To throw again is Jackson. And he's got his big tight end here. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line. Now it's Jackson. And he's got it. Zone touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 15-yard touchdown ground. And the Bucs are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Allen now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And then we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Allen's throw taken in by Samuel. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Giants. Deebo Samuel. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Giants have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. They'll send the tight end in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On play action, Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trayvon Walker racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
That's exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Taking it about the 16. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. First down, here's the run with Cook. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's got this complete to Williams. Touchdown! Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a giant first down. Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen.
Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
3 yards remain for second down.
Allen off the play fake.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Allen to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at this timeout.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. Still going.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Allen will try to throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete.
On the move past the 40. Down the sideline he goes. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Albert Okwuegbunam from 17 yards out. And the Buccaneers are an extra point
from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing now is Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Jackson on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. 69 yards. And the Buccaneers strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
Right back to him on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead is up to 14. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. One final try here for Allen. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle.
And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
From the gun, it's Allen. His throw incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The Giants on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
And I think we're probably obviously go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On 2nd down, Cook. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Jackson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. James Cook with career touchdown number 109. That ties it with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Bucs are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Now the Bucs going to use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Completes it to Samuel.
And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now Allen. That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
Past the 20. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house from Buccaneer TD.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for six. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Bucs, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.